Hey guys, this is the XRP Cowboy. Hey, this is Billy, Cowboy. And what are you guys gonna do if this happens? We're gonna make money, Billy. Quick video. What could happen? What should we do? Maybe what should happen. Little child, dry your crying eyes. How can I explain the fear you feel inside? 'Cause you were born into this evil world where man is killing man and no one knows just why. What have we become? Just look what we have done. All that we destroy, you must build again. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. Little child, you must show the way. It's to a better day for all the young. 'Cause you were born for the world to see that we all could live with love and peace. No more presidents and all the wars will end. One united world under God. When the children cry, let them know we tried. 'Cause when the children sing, then the new world begins. My dreamers, my roadies, the world is a vampire, you know, and I don't like where it's going. I don't like what I'm seeing. Computer off. You know, I don't like the place that my kids are growing up in, and we need to change it. Computer volume 5. But let's get into it. You didn't come here to hear about my life drama, or maybe you did. Maybe it's our life drama, right? Computer, play NWA. I'm just saying. So there's a lot of talk about this crashing, dying market in a possible recession. I would argue we've been living in a recession, of a living hell. But bottom line is this. What good could happen? You know, Bitcoin keeps bouncing off its previous all-time highs. You know, so far we've seen a 17K downside to Bitcoin, which I would argue was its true all-time high with any kind of support, you know, or resistance, depending on if you're below it or not. But, you know, I mean, I don't know what else could go wrong. I mean, interest rates have been going through the moon. I mean, we got 7%, you know, on mortgages, you know. We got a war, we've got regulations, we've got an SEC lawsuit. So all of these negative things that have brought us to where we're at right now, in this moment in time, we got to remember, this has been happening now for like over a year. It's because people invest in the future, not the current market, not the present. So any catalyst that shows us a ray of sunshine coming through that window is going to pull the market up and rise it from the shitty ass place it's in right now, from the fucking hole in the ground, you know, that they're trying to bury us in. So what could that mean? There's a 2-part video here. Well, it could mean maybe inflation, maybe PCI numbers, product cost index numbers go down a little. We just this month we saw what happened when they were high. It crashed really quick, but it was factored in. That was an impulse sell and it whipsawed back. But it was built into the market is pretty much all that means. The prices. So if we get a lower number, it's gonna be big. It's gonna be huge. The reverse will happen. It might rocket to the upside and correct a little, but it may be more sustainable, the price action, the upside, because things are getting better. The Russia war. Any talks about ending it, even just talks, will bring the market up, take it off its knees. The Fed, goes down to a 0.5 instead of a 75 basis point interest hike once again. And you got to remember something. We can't. You got to measure these interest rate hikes, with affecting the cost of goods. It's like a 6-month thing. It's not a month to month. It takes time for things to correct and adjust. But what we have now is time behind us, meaning the war is not going to last forever. The SEC lawsuit, any good news out of that is going to move the price up another leg. There's this time value that we have now from investing. Whether it goes down a little more or up, it doesn't matter because there is good news on the horizon. Nothing goes in a straight line, up or down. And it's been a downward spiral for months. The point is we just need that ray of sunshine. Just a little bit of good news from multiple different areas will be significantly impacting us XRP holders. The settlement, every day, we're closer to the finish line. Russia, we're closer to the finish line. Hopefully, right? CPI, cost of products, closer to the finish line, bringing down the inflated price of goods. Interest rates, closer to the finish line, where they're not going to keep raising. Any one of these things is good news for the market. So my thing is simple. The short term is something good happens. All the bad has already happened, and we took a kick to the ribs on it multiple times. And we're still here. And XRP's at 50 cents. Now, let's take it to phase 2. What are you going to do if there's a settlement tomorrow? You going to sell all your XRP if you hit your number? I don't know what your number is, but let's say it's $4, $10, $100, $5, $8, $9. There's a settlement tomorrow, and this thing goes parabolic because all these, investors, these whales have to balance their portfolio and buy hundreds of millions of dollars of XRP. That impulse, you may not get a chance to sell. How often do the exchanges go down when there's high volume? Are you on Coinbase? Are you going to sell on Coinbase? You're not. I believe you'd have to transfer to another wallet to sell it. I know Binance US you have to. Are you going to have the time? Are you going to be prepared? Are you on Uphold? Is Uphold going to go down? It's a lot that can happen, but at least I know on something like Uphold, I can sell, and not transfer it, this is a big thing. And why, in another catalyst, there isn't a whole lot of supply in the market. They say 90% of their business is overseas. Well, that's because clearly we don't have clarity in the U.S. and we need it. But I would argue that if U.S. had clarity, that 90% that they have, the volume and everything they're doing with it would go significantly even higher, but it wouldn't be 90% of the utility of the use case. Once the U.S. gets involved, everything goes through the U.S. dollar. That 90% could turn into 10%. And then, even though it's still, going up, the usage with the U.S. Once the U.S. is engaged, the switch, the flipping, whatever the hell you want to call it, this is huge. And there's another catalyst. If your money's locked up on an exchange and you can't move it, or the exchanges go down, well, ultimately, I would have to say that your XRP is backed by XRP with like a Coinbase, because if for some reason the price went up to $100, and they sold all that your XRP and had to buy it back to make things good. There'd be no liquidity to do that. That would break them to their knees. So, like a Coinbase may not have to buy more, but all these money managers in crypto, they will, the ones that sold. And the problem's going to be is your supply is tied up at Coinbase. So we got half the supply Ripple in escrow. So that, that's restricted supply. It's, supply demand, right? There isn't enough supply when half of it's locked up for the demand. So what happens? The net effect is the price goes up. Because you want it, you're going to have to pay for it. And it's going to keep going up until you buy it. If you need it, if you want to use it. And there is utility use currently right now. Plus you've got the utility of hedge funds balancing and whales that don't want to see us swim and win. But now you take, let's just say half of the supply, this is guessing, this is speculative, is tied up on Coinbase stuff where you can't do anything with it. Now there's a larger restriction on the supply for the demand, and that could make it leg up and leg up. The question is if this does go to your 5, 8, 9, not saying it will, or if you need that, you might have these big players dumping and you won't be able to, crashing the price all the way back down to whatever it may be. I see this scenario where personally I see XRP could go to $20, $28, and then, reasonably quickly, come back down to retest that $4, the previous all-time high. Kind of like Bitcoin did, right? By the time we can sell anyways, which it's a high quality problem. You're making money, and if you're willing to wait, the next phase will be the utility. I think that's what gets us up to those astronomical numbers, the utility run. We will have first case mover advantage with Clarity. I believe, I know back when the lawsuit was dropped, XRP and Ethereum weren't that far apart. And it looked like overnight, right after that lawsuit was dropped on us, so a chunk of our market, half our market cap transferred into other coins, one being Ethereum. And it just kept going up for weeks and weeks and weeks. Not because of the shared market cap of XRP, more so implied from FOMO and everybody else jumping into it, because at the time we thought it had clarity. See, this lawsuit scared a lot of investors. So they went to safety, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum. Well, now there's a different narrative for Ethereum. And when this settlement happens, I'm not so certain it'll be clarity for the space, but it'll be specific to XRP. It may be something along the lines, if you had an ICO, which XRP did not, it's a security. And this could be how 90% of these coins go away. You're not going to go after them individually. And I know it's not the same, but it's a sister. How do you reach 1 million people? You don't. You make them come to you. Effectively, the SEC starts saying we're suing exchanges that, had coins that did ICOs. They'll be forced to delist them. So now, once again, money will run to safety. But this time is our time. XRP. There's no doubt in my mind that they're going to lose this settlement. But the settlement will have clarity going forward so the utility market can run and banks can use it, and we win. Okay? When I say lose it, I mean it'll look that way to the public. They'll pat themselves on the back, kiss each other's asses, at the SEC. But in the end, sometimes when you lose, you really win. We will have clarity going forward with the token, and that's all Ripple needs. Or they won't put that dent in the universe that they keep talking about. They'll just go away, as they said. They need XRP. So there's some interesting info. So, just saying, be ready, be prepared, don't get greedy. Figure out what your sell points are now, and can you sell at your exchange, and maybe have some small sell orders that you set up, in case the exchange goes down and it's frozen and you can't sell. We can hope that maybe they'll be triggered Anyways, my dreamers, my roadies, we're sitting on life-changing wealth. The real question is, what's your number? When are you going to get there? Is it going to be this month? I know I thought it was the 18th that Credit Suisse, they imply that they're working with Ripple and XRP, was going to, acknowledge to the public what their plan going forward was, but they referenced the phoenix will rise from the ashes. I don't think that's a coincidence. It could be the 19th, but either way, is it going to happen this month? Next month, your price, whether there's a settlement or not, or in 2 years. Are you invested long term or not? But what we can say is you're sitting on life-changing money. And you know what I've always said? When you could pay everything you own off with half your XRP, and if you don't own a house, a humble house you could purchase, that's when I would sell. And then I'd hodl the rest, hold it onto it for dear life, because that second half, even if you sold 80% to do all that stuff, you win in the world. I mean, maybe that 20% makes you more money long term than the 80% that freed you of the man. Just saying, don't be afraid to take profit. Like a friend of mine said, he's like, it's never a bad thing taking profit. Just be prepared. It's all about strategy. It doesn't matter how much you made from something if when you sell it you're down, or it's down from what you could have done. Remember, ifs and buts. If they were candy and nuts, what a wonderful Christmas it would be.